Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Collegiate Star League's League of Legends playoffs. My name is Reed Rapid Belt, and joining me once again is Joshua Fekez Quest. We are into game number 2, heading into picks and bans, swapping sides, of course, with Appalachian State now on the blue side. Ottawa over there on the right in the red, and Malphite coming out still as the first of their bans.
There's Zed band. I always like game number 2s because I get to see reactive bans, and I want to see, what kind of impression other players made on their opponents. And Zed being banned away from Nenazors this time around on Appalachian State side. So already seeing that come into play. Everything else though is pretty much the same so far. At least Malphite and Poppy were banned last game, so no surprise there. But the Zed, paying some respects to that Nenazors.
Yeah, it's just game 2. Apologies, doesn't look like we have the game numbers up there on the screen. I'll be working on that. Ottawa is up 1 game, and this is a best of 3. So in order to make it to the round of 16, you have to make it through the round of 32. I feel like I'm fairly certain about that. But in order to make it to the round of 16, for Appalachian State, they definitely have to secure their early lane phase. Earlier on in the game, it was... trying to remember, Myers was helping out bottom lane, but Nenazors had some pretty big moves early. He got out to like a 3-1 start in the mid game before, or in the mid lane before I think 10 minutes. He was already 3-1. So
it was him and Rams that were.
Yeah, man, Rams definitely blasted that game wide open with some nice explosive casts there. Had some nice sort of alley-oop combos. You bounce them back, and then your teammates there to help out. And of course, Myers ending the game there with a 5-man Bard ult, super sick, and still no Soraka ban, but now there's a Bard ban out there. Interestingly enough, it's banned by Myers' team, so they're like, no, man, you're too good at that. We got to take that off the field.
4 brothers locking in Nautilus again, and yeah, back to that Bard. That was probably the largest Bard ult I have ever seen. That was followed up so beautifully by Ram's explosive cast, and of course, I don't even True Shot Barrage went through there, but the explosive cast broke everyone away. It was perfectly timed. Very, very nice synergy coming out from University of Ottawa. We'll see what Myers goes with. Could make your dream come true, and he go with Raka. Now, I did see earlier today that Skara, he's been streaming lately. Well, he streams every day almost, but he thinks Soraka jungle is the secret jungler of our time right now for this patch. So I wouldn't mind seeing it just so I can see it, but I don't think we will. Soraka is up. Myers hovering over Zilean though, and that's not a bad pick in all in itself. Hold on.
I'm still pretty skeptical. Myers going for the Soraka hover. Unfortunately, it's going to be a Zilean locked in there. I say unfortunately because, of course, I want to see the Soraka power, but it's going to be a Zilean. And, of course, Zilean, interesting to see as well. Zilean makes a whole lot of different team compositions possible. You run like a Lulu top lane and put like a Rammus in the jungle. You're going to have a 1 speedy Armadillo. I had to think about what he was there for a second. But speaking of speedy junglers, we might be looking at an Udyr for Voltfire, and that could be kind of interesting. Some nerfs came through to Udyr's kit and runic echoes, so he's not quite as fast as he used to be. But he's still pretty good when it comes to split pushing, when it comes to just, monstering your way around the jungle. Udyr, a possible lock-in here for Appalachian State.
Yeah, and he can still build a Z-Rot portal and be an absolute split-pushing terror. There's no reason.
Oh, and there it is, the login on Soraka.
There you go. You're going to see Soraka, just not in the capacity you wanted, but we'll see how Mr. Savior does with it. I think it'll be all right. He did pretty well on the Thresh, I thought. I mean, with all the situation handed to him at the time. So we'll see how it goes. Rams hovering over the Teemo. That's going to be an obvious lock-in for a Teemo, as he can stealth in bushes, and that makes him very OP. That's what I've read on the forums that Reed tells me about. And I really have been hovered over once again for the top lane of University of Ottawa. See if they decide to go with that one. Echo would be another different pick here. It looks like, actually, so far, University of Ottawa, outside of the Aurelia, going with an entirely different pick, entirely different comp as last time.
Yeah, much different way of looking at things. Still a pretty tanky lineup here for Appalachian State. So some themes from last game, but what can we see out of U Ottawa? They're locking in Sejuani. Is that the Sejuani support though?
I haven't seen that in a long time, Rapid.
Yeah, I'm
Get my high voice out of
you
that
never underestimate Myers champion pool. I've seen that guy play the dumbest things as supports, so let's let's not count that out. Most likely, of course, going to be a jungle Sejuani. Just received some buffs recently. Now you get that clean auto attack reset off of your Flail of the Northern Winds.
Yeah.
I was like, Southern Winds? No. You got to get that Flail of the Northern Winds.
Yeah, I think we always just call it Flail. Like
yeah, Flail works for me, man. Of course, Sejuani doesn't work for many teams. That's why she isn't picked up quite as frequently. But some recent buffs, we'll see how those work out as U Ottawa bring her to Summoner's Rift. Of course, last few picks coming in here for Appalachian State. Ezreal, they're taken away from U Ottawa, and there's an Annie, which was actually banned out in game 1. So nice to see some really big comfort picks. The Udyr, the Annie making it through this game for Appalachian State could be, and will have to be, their opportunity to come back because they are down 1-0 in a best of 3. Of course. Even casters can do that kind of math. One more win, and Ottawa secure their spot in the round of 16, the CSL playoffs, and that is just a couple steps away from making it to DreamHack. Play there at the Grain Finals, and Nanazors. Where's that Syndra lock-in? Yeah, there it is.
There it is, yeah. So yeah, big power play in the mid lane there.
Yeah, there you go. The Syndra lock-in. It's a little bit of a different play style than Zed, more of a control mage than an assassin, but interested to see how it's going to work out here versus the Annie. That's Cerelius. I always get my letters spoonerized there, but Cerelius in the mid lane, rocking the Annie. It'll be interesting to see how that works out, as we do have the last 30 seconds. I was thinking about some possible flex picks in there if you want to switch champions around to different lanes, but I'm just mostly happy we're not seeing that jungle Soraka you mentioned earlier.
Hey, dude! I would have that desire satiated, but it was actually picked away from Scar earlier today because apparently they know something. So I'll see it another day. But I want to talk about this Annie for a second. I'm excited because I talk about it almost week in because we see it week in, week out in collegiate games. Niche picks in collegiate games are so much fun because the player that plays that off-meta champion usually knows that champion almost completely in and out. And Annie, I haven't seen in a very long time in competitive gameplay, and I'm really looking forward to see how Cerelius plays the Annie. And of course, I want to see if they have Hextech Annie, because that is the big skin coming out right now. Been trying for it, but failing horribly. But it's gonna go against Nanazor's Syndra, which is not an easy task at all.
Yeah, well, not an easy task, but what is an easy task is thanking our sponsors, Fekez. Of course, big thanks to Twitch, Brain Gear, and Asus ROG. Been super good to us this season, helping make the season of CSL possible. So definitely make sure to check them out. You're already checking out Twitch. Head on over to Brain Gear if you're interested in getting your brain in gear with some awesome gaming supplements. And of course, Asus Republic of Gamers, helping us be gamers at DreamHack, bringing the grand finals there. So hit them up on Twitter at Asus_ROG and thank them for supporting us. And of course, thank you guys out there for supporting us by watching tonight. Stick around, let your friends know. It's Appalachian State versus University of Ottawa. Game number 2 coming your way as the CSL's round of 32. League of Legends playoffs continue right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 of University of Ottawa versus Appalachian State. My name is Rapid, with me is Fekez, and of course all of you wonderful people. So thanks for tuning in. Game 2 underway, and University of Ottawa up 1 game in the series. Of course, they're swapping over to the red side this time around, having some fun here around the Dragon Pit with a Sejuani jungle. Not something we're too used to seeing.
This is going to be a wild card on that one, but again, so is Sorelius's Annie, so we're going to see which one triumphs over who. I mean, Sejuani, I never felt like she was a horrible jungler. It's just, you know, there are more preferable junglers out in the meta right now, but she still has a very good idea of what the champion can deliver for a team as far as the AoE ult and a big tanky front line, so I still understand why something like Sejuani would be picked, but we'll see how Rams plays it. Did very well in the Gragas, which is a meta pick, so let's just see how he does on an off-meta pick. Should be, I still expect good things.
You're definitely expecting good things. Interested to see how Sorelius plays this Annie in the mid lane, because I haven't seen too many mid lane Annies out there. Usually if you see Annies now, it's because somebody is heinously lucky and got Hextech Annie.
Yeah.
Super jealous. The skin is sick. So definitely keep an eye out for that out there. If you see somebody, let them know to go buy a lottery ticket, because they know where it's at. Of course, not condoning or advising that, just saying it's pretty lucky. But now we have early lane phase, no lane swaps, no jungle invasions, nothing of note so far. Just chilling down here with some crusty mosquitoes, as I am wont to do.
You like crusty mosquitoes?
Yeah, big fan, man. Have you never had one? It's like fried Oreos, but you know, more disgusting.
I think I might have had a fried cicada one time.
Might have? You're not sure?
Yeah.
Somebody just handed you fried food, you're just like, oh, let me just try this out. Tastes like cicada, because you would know what that tastes like, right? No?
Well, yeah, because they eat them up in Ohio, because like there's a lot of cicadas.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not a... No, sorry, that's not a thing.
It is.
I refuse to believe this. Again, Fekez, thinking thoughts I would not want to think.
No problem.
Since forever. Oh, gosh.
On the outside looking in, as they say.
as they say. Well, talking about level 2 power spike, Jelaine with Zillion get one early, thanks to his wonderful passive. And now we got Rams coming in here versus Voltfire. Force them flash out. 3 minutes in.
Yeah, very aggressive plays already coming out from Rams. I was gonna say it's a Voltfire. I was like, no, Voltfire just uses flash. No, very aggressive plays coming out from Rams, and that's actually interesting. Seeing that Sejuani, and I haven't seen Sejuani competitively in a long time. Hold on, talk about it in a second. Nice stun coming out from Myers. A lot of damage going on to Crusty Mosquito, but you still have Soraka in the bot lane, so it's gonna take a lot of poke to really poke out Crusty Mosquito from that lane. But yeah, let's talk about this Rams versus Voltfire real quick. Sejuani, how does a Sejuani power actually compare to, in regards to the early game, to a Udyr? Because I haven't seen it in a long time, if I even have ever.
Well, one of the reasons that Sejuani was able to get over there, besides, oh, by the way, just walking there, is that her clear in the jungle is now a little bit faster thanks to the auto attack reset on Flail of the Northern Winds. So it makes it a little bit cleaner. It's still not, you know, an actual like super power buff. Okay, Soraka, don't let those bombs go off down there.
Nice delivery system.
But the real benefit that you have with Sejuani is sort of setting up for big wombo combos. Whereas with Amumu, it's kind of difficult to like flash in, or to you know, land the bandage toss to get in there for the big lockdown. Sejuani offers you the same kind of idea without having to commit for it first. So you just throw it out there, and oh, mid lane, we've got level 6s almost there. We got about halfway through, but with Voltfire coming in, it's going to force the flash there for Nenizors.
And that's going to be a huge relief for Sorelius, because that could, a flash ult from Syndra could easily be the difference between life and death for a mid laner. So that is pretty big for Sorelius. See if he can capitalize on that one. He is not in the best shape for health, and that's not going to be good. Gets stunned up, and Ignite goes down along with an auto attack and another Q to finish him off. First blood going over to Nenizor Syndra.
I didn't expect Nenizors to have the damage there, but with the Thunderlord's proc there at the very end, Really, really well played. And, you know, we've got the same matchup up in the top lane, so maybe that's a little bit refreshing to see. Mid lane is totally different world, and so Nenazor is doing a really good job on his Academy Syndra. Not a pick that you expect to see in the mid lane just generically, but against Nenazor is nice to see it doing very well.
Told you, I really like the niche picks of collegiate gaming, because I feel like every pro team or pro gaming, anything in the LCS region or level, they're just so stuck on the meta, and it's understandable. It works. A lot of things work, lane swaps, all that, all that jazz. But you don't see too many right now on collegiate gaming, but you do see some of them. We saw some last, what is today, Monday? We saw some last Friday, some lane swaps, but you definitely see a different. Like a different level of play as far as like how they approach the meta between collegiate and LCS. And man, I gotta be honest, Reed, the approach that collegiate players take is just so much more fun because it's not always right, but it's always going to be entertaining because they make it work because both teams try their own approach. It's really good. But we have a Flash Tibbers in the mid lane onto Nenazor's, and there's another bear in the mix, but this way...
Oh, but the turnaround!
But still got... still unleash the power from Nenazor's onto Cerelius before it's able to go down. So kill for kill in the mid lane.
Yeah, it's kind of like the reverse of what we saw with that Cho'Gath versus Zed turnaround kill from game 1. This time around, it's working out pretty much the opposite way, and it's the unleashed power out there. Maximum damage is currently about just over 310 damage off that, so you're going to get a lot of spheres to hit, and that was a good turnaround on Cerelius, trading him out 1 for 1. But of course, I mean, the assist goal does make it more worthwhile for Appalachian to say. Bottom lane, though, we got some assisting going on.
Yeah, then an XP advantage went over to Anxiety, gave him the calling, but...
It's the fastest solution I've ever seen.
Yeah, now I gotta be able to find the kill, though, so... Props to Krusty Mosquito for staying alive during that one. That was very well telegraphed by Myers Anxiety, giving the XP over to Anxiety to give him the calling at that last split second, so... The idea was there, but it's not executed because, you know, Krusty Mosquito is playing a champion that has a 15-second flash on him, so he's able to get out of harm's way there.
Well, Voltfire's in the jungle, finishing off that red buff. He's actually been doing pretty well. He was forced to flash early on by Rams going for that invade, but since then, he's run mid to help pick up 1 kill there, and he's actually doing pretty well farming out the jungle, as I remember to put the champions where they are supposed to go. But yeah, nice to see some successes on both sides, but man, look at this mid lane, Nenazor's.
Yeah, you get hit by Scatter of the Weak, you're going to be in for a lot of damage, because then you're just following up with another sphere, and probably getting something bopped on your head too, because, you know, that's how Syndra does, wants to throw things onto people's head. You know, technically, given that Syndra formed black holes, she should be the most powerful champion in the game, bar none, at any given moment, because she makes black holes, and somehow has control over them where they don't eat up the rift. Very curious, Rapid, but
I'll turn it. Oh man,
the power. Very nice counter though, onto Nenazor's, throwing down the Tibbers and getting out alive, even after a slight, almost a gank coming out from Rams and Myers, but lane tower may go down.
There's just dunks Tibbers out there, and he actually teleports because he got dunked out of range. That's some weird Tibbers mechanics,
like
if you ask me. But yeah, pretty cool. Udyr no flash, or actually does have flash there.
Dude, Syndra can do that though, because she forms black holes, which means she could probably blow rifts in space.
Are they really black holes? I feel like they're dark spheres, man.
They better not be black holes, but they kind of. I mean, I guess they're not real. Are they black holes? They're full. They're okay. Dark spheres. All right. You know what? Dark spheres. That's a terrible. I don't know. Terrible technicality is what that is.
I'm pretty sure it's actually just a dark sphere. Like I look at it on the screen.
What are dark spheres?
They're literally spheres that happen to be dark, man.
So okay, so they're made of dark matter, or dark energy, because you know we still haven't found that. If Syndra's found it, she should really donate.
I feel like if you're looking for like scientific, logical reasoning behind champions in League of Legends, you
not just champions, just Syndra right now.
You might have to put some work in there. Yeah, like what makes Zillion float? Who knows? He's got a clock on his back. It's the power of time. What does that mean?
He probably has power of the Force.
I mean, he's old enough to, I suppose.
Yeah, he's like as old as Yoda.
He's like a Yoda Zillion skin.
That would be
Except that
awesome.
it's like Luke Skywalker and the clock backpack is Yoda. Just carries him
Oh
around.
my god, that would be so good, but I'm pretty sure we'd get sued for that. Sorelli is getting quite a bit of damage thrown onto him. Nanozors has full control of this lane. 2-1-0 compared to 0-2-1 right now, and 20 CS up. And even able to defend his own ward against Voltfire, so going in the way of Nanozors bidding in the mid lane. Very nicely played by him.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was gonna get a little bit off track, but it's all right. I think it's relevant considering Syndra's plays with, gravity.
And that's not all she plays with. In the mid lane, continuing to push the turret in. Nenazor is completely on top of that matchup, and Annie was a ban. It was Banny in game number 1, so not sure how well that's working out. Maybe it's just that the interesting counter pick here with the Syndra working out for University of Ottawa, as now finally Myers come into the mid lane. I was thinking that was going to be a mid lane Zillion, but then flexed down in there to the support role. It's not a support you're used to seeing all that much. But, I mean, it's been working out so far. And by working out, I mean totally deathless, which I guess is doing well for Zillion, because that's kind of his deal with his ultimate and everything.
And to be fair, he is helping zone out Crested Mosquitoes. Seeing the CS differential. Anxiety's pretty far up right now, but we have some little bit of damage in the mid lane here. Unleashed Power is up right now for Nenazors, as is Flash and Ignite. But there's a Flash and a steal from Voltfire. It's just for Dragon. Is he going to be able to get something else off of it? Rams able to make his way out, and it looks like Voltfire might actually make. He's actually going to make it out too.
Oh my gosh, that's how you steal
my
Dragon.
gosh.
You flash in to the middle of the entire enemy team, smite the Dragon away, and then just run away. I don't even think he needed that Soraka ult. Mr. Savior there, though, living up to his name, and a nice steal there on that Dragon for Appalachian State.
I do want to point out, I don't think University of Ottawa expected him to live there, because Rams especially held on to his ultimate. He could have used that, probably could have got a kill onto Voltfire, but I think they thought they had enough power to take him out as he flashed in, but Voltfire proving him wrong. Very nice pickup from Appalachian State. They get the first Dragon of the game. It's going to keep them in this game a little bit longer here, as they are still down about 3.5k gold. Big differential in the top and bottom lane. Not much action in the top lane, but yeah, it's just mostly CSing from the Irelia.
Yeah, and it's just been a farm lane, and it's totally okay for Irelia because she's going to outscale Nautilus as far as the ability to deal damage to other champions goes. Also, of course, when you're able to farm better than your lane opponent, just farm. You're going to win that way anyway. And of course, there's that almost 40 CS advantage up there, definitely making a pretty big effect there. Oh, Sorelius.
Might be why he held on to that ult. Sorelius getting locked up with the Glacial Prison, but able to flash over the wall into Voltfire's presence, so has a little bit of backup in his way there, so he's able to get out. A lot used to try to kill Sorelius, only for a flash. There's a teleport onto the mid lane turret from Four Brothers. He's in the mix now, but so is the Irelia. Cully coming down. Four Brothers may be getting taken out here.
Oh, Myers with the bomb!
Myers with the bomb. Able to pick that one up. A lot of unexpected damage, and some of it delayed, coming out from University of Ottawa. Very nice pickup on the Four Brothers.
That's why they call it a time bomb, man.
Yeah.
It explodes at the end for the kill. Pretty nice stuff there. Now Voltfire might be the next one to go down. Stun, though, onto Sorelius. Behind the turret, the big Annie, though.
Is he going to go down? No! Myers going to save him up here. Is he going to be able to make it out alive? But now, looks like Irelia in trouble. He's going to go back in.
Nice Soraka ult. Sort of keep this fight alive for a little bit longer.
So much action going on, and they kind of split off, and action going off on both sides. But in the end, some flashes and ults used from both sides, and they're both just going to back off with blinking health bars. Actually, I say that University of Ottawa is the only one with blinking health bars right now. A little bit overextending and staying. So they're just going to go back and recuperate.
Stun there onto Crusty Mosquito, but a nice counter stun.
It was a nice counter, so nice dredge line coming out from Four Brothers. Who this skirmish has went on long enough that he died and then came back. Nenazors did not have his unleashed power, Not able to pick up Krusty Mosquito there.
These are the kinds of games I like to cast, not just absolute bloodbaths where there's a million kills by 0 seconds into the game, but games where there's a lot of like very long, drawn-out fights, so that you can really see the skill involved in teams, not only being able to deal damage but avoid it as well, kiting out, healing up. And Mr. Savior, to be fair, has been putting in some work on Soraka this game, helping multiple teammates survive with just barely enough HP to get out of there.
And all these long skirmishes just means you have to position yourself so much more than, say, the little bursty team fights that you do normally.
Well, keep in mind, like, that's the kind of team fight that Appalachian State want to have. They want a team fight that goes on for a very, very long time, because as it draws on longer, you get more healing from Soraka, more health from the shields on Nautilus, more cooldowns to use some of their relatively low cooldown abilities, just spamming them out there. So more opportunities to land things like Nautilus hooks. But of course, for Ottawa, or Ottawa, what they're looking for is pretty much just the big Sejuani engaged, and you pile Syndra stuns on top of that, and nobody really moves for quite a while. Let's see if Myers can take out this pink ward by himself. Needs one more auto attack. Oh, not gonna get it.
Yeah, I tried zoning out with the bombs, but Mr. Savior got in the way. I was like, I'm not afraid of you, old man. I'm a unicorn, so decided to get in there, disrupt whatever shenanigans he was trying to pull. He's a wily old man. But hold on, Rams, there's the ultimate. Plays it only onto Voltfire. Yeah, only catches the jungler right now. True Shot Barrage in the backline from Krusty Mosquito, along with a culling on the opposing side from Anxiety. Nobody goes down. A little bit used there. Actually, I don't think anything was used besides True Shot Barrage on the side.
Yeah, and that was a good True Shot Barrage to use. I did use Nautilus ult to disengage, so that's a big cooldown that they will not have. And of course, Udyr ultimate used as well.
Oh, man. Yeah, used again there. He is just spamming that ability like he doesn't even...
Man, if I had a nickel for every Udyr... No, I'm just kidding. Either way, the Dragon up in just under 30 seconds. Baron coming up here pretty soon as well. And we haven't seen a Rift Herald get taken so far this series. We've seen him despawn, but we'll see if they can take him out in under a minute and a half. Does not look likely. There's an engage on a Nautilus.
Very nice time bomb placement for Myers. Able to take out 4 brothers. Nenazor's picking up that kill, and now Cerelius has to flash out. Irelia on his coattails. Now Krusty Mosquito.
Oh, Nenazor's.
Yeah, Nenazor is chasing Krusty Mosquito, now finding himself in a bad position, but still staying alive. And no, Krusty Mosquito arcane shifts into danger just to pick up that kill. Now, is he going to be able to stay alive? Looks like he is. He finds refuge underneath his inner turret. True Shot Barrage! It clips. It gets a double kill in the mid lane. Very nicely played by Krusty Mosquito. Very nicely placed True Shot Barrage. Going through Irelia into the mid lane, taking out Anxiety as well. And now Rams forced to...
Now, we're about to watch an instant replay here, so let's just catch this one kill.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then it goes to the mid lane and grabs a second kill. Double kill in there, speeding back up to live. And here we go. So I just had to highlight that for a brief moment. Pretty insane stuff there by Krusty Mosquito. That's going to tie this game up at 5-5.
Yeah, the gold gap isn't too far off right now. It's still about 3.5k, which is considerable considering it was 3.5k about 5 minutes ago as well. So not much gained for University of Ottawa. And in fact, the second dragon of the game going over to Appalachian State. So they're trying to keep control here. Very nice positioning from Krusty Mosquito. Gotta give him props on that one, using the swiftness of an Ezreal to his full advantage on that one. Hold on, Mr. Savior, he's gonna be deleted though. You cannot heal yourself that easily, especially when you're stunned up. Nenazor deleting Mr. Savior off the map, his first death of the game.
That is going to be Soraka's first death, which for supports is actually a pretty low number to have made it 20 minutes without dying, especially when you're a support that actually hurts yourself as you heal the rest of your teammates. Unfortunately, with that Soraka death is also going to mean the death of the second tier mid lane turret. And I was trying to, show everybody the fabulous Baron respawn, and Mr. Savior's got to die on us. So
the University of Ottawa doesn't want you to ever do that again.
Nope. They're like, no, check me out.
Well, hold on. Got some cheeky plays coming out from University of Ottawa.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is necessary, but they're gonna try it anyways.
it's better to
Oh,
go
there-
with the safe play rather than trying to make that big all in happen. Just zone out from the turret, take down a second tier turret in the bottom lane. And to be fair, credit to Four Brothers. He's actually been having one of maybe the less exciting lanes this game, but his lane is the last surviving lane with outer turrets left. He's got both of them, so definitely a great job holding that lane steady. But did come out of the lane phase with around a 30 CS disadvantage, so there's a huge Aurelia wandering out there that his team's going to have to deal with.
See what Appalachian State can do with their position right now. They're definitely playing for this late game, going with these dragons already up to 2 up on University of Ottawa. They may want to think about dragging it out to the 5th dragon.
Dragging it out to the 50. Nice.
Dude,
No,
okay, so
no,
check this
no.
out. My wife has a... Hold on.
Yeah,
Dredgeline... Hold on, I'll talk about that in a second. Dredgeline landing onto Rams. Not much follow-up damage. I just want to take out the blue buff here. Crusty Mosquito, you cannot 1v1 Aurelia. He's going to get shut down.
We're going to take a little bit of an instant replay on that one to figure out exactly what happened, as it was on the opposite side of the map here. So yeah, it turns out you're not going to have too good a time there, and UAU just making short work of that one.
Unleash Power going in onto Voltfire. Flash coming out from Nenazors, but not able to pick up the kill. Big stun onto Sorelius. Still not too much.
Oh my god.
I was going to say, not too much damage.
Syndra damage.
Yeah, it just needs 1 Q in the... that'll be enough for Sorelius to change his mind about that one.
So back to your wife.
Oh yeah, so she has a... you know what the Kigurumis are?
I do.
Like,
yeah, it's the
outfits,
onesies, yeah.
Yeah, she's the onesie. She has one of a dragon, and I want to put it on and like seeing a Hotline Bling because it's by Drake. Get it? Yeah?
Man, it's
funny, yeah?
What you guys do is up to you, man. I'm into different things, I suppose. But
Nah, it's totally funny because his name's Drake.
totally, man. Super funny, in fact. Back to the bottom lane where more funny stuff is happening. We're watching Ezreal kill minions as I desperately search for a way to segue away from that.
No worries, I'll post it on Twitter for you someday.
Hey,
One
man,
health on that.
Yeah, follow Fekaz on Twitter, guys. If that's what you're into. Of course,
hope
into
you
League
are.
of Legends, you can follow me on Twitter. Maybe that works out pretty well. Myers gonna get stunned out there. Drops a counter stun.
Oh,
Big
there's a
Flash Tibbers.
Flash Timber's not going to stun anybody out, though. Now, Nenazor's trying to kite back onto Voltfire. No kills coming down. Voltfire does get stunned down, though. Flashes away from the Aurelia aggression. And this has kind of been I guess, a summary of how the game's been going so far. It's almost like these two teams are dancing around each other and waiting for the other one to fall and trying to make aggressive moves to trip up the enemy team. It's just not happening. There's so much being used. Voltfire still not going down. Aurelia getting a little bit of damage put onto her, but not too much. And now looks like University of Ottawa going to rotate to the top lane, maybe pressure this inner top lane turret.
What's cool about this Zillion Aurelia synergy is you can just like drop a bomb on a carry, and then if you put a bomb on Aurelia, she can dive in and get the stun from that. So interesting synergy. Not something we've seen happen just yet, but man, this poke intensifies. We talked about how top lane was the only lane with outer turrets left. Might not be that way for very long.
True Shot Barrage coming down, but so does Glacial Prison. Make-A-Wish Foundation going to keep everybody alive, and Rams may actually go down. He gets out with just a sliver of health, and now Unleash Power. Nenazor is finishing off Four Brothers. They are trying to make as much damage laid out as possible. His ID stayed very well protected in the backlines throughout the culling. So only one down so far, and that is Four Brothers on the side of Appalachian State.
Man, Voltfire has no magic resistance, got completely full comboed there by Syndra, and still lived, thanks to Soraka being a super great champion. Almost turnaround kill, there's going to be one kill coming back from Sorelius.
Sorelius is going to go down, Anxiety Flashy picking up that kill. That is a double kill going over Sorelius, picking up Nenazor's and Myers.
Myers was taking the turret.
Yeah, I saw that. Poor old guy.
Literally
go down,
an old guy. Yeah, took down the final outer turret of the game. Out of there as the push is successful, dropping a couple of champions, but University of Ottawa, almost said Ontario, University of Ottawa coming up
Do it.
with the win. They are super far ahead in objectives. They have lost those 2 turrets, one from just having it being taken, the other one having it stolen away from them there.
So while Appalachian State, they're focusing the dragons, losing out on the turrets, and you gotta wonder which one's more important, because it looks like Appalachian State going for that 3rd dragon, but I really am making her way down there. Mr. Savior trying to block. Oh, the Equilibrium Strike actually hit the Rift Scuttler. Very nice use of the Rift Scuttler. I don't know if that was on purpose, but it worked. And now they have to give up that dragon, it looks like. So first dragon for Ottawa finally being taken down here. University of Ottawa getting on that Dragon Rift board. Or I guess aspect of the Dragon board, I should call it.
Yeah, there you go. Putting themselves up there, and oh man, the ultimate coming down, and Nanozors grabs himself another kill. I say another one. He's got 6 of them already, putting up the power in the mid lane. Kind of the same situation as we had in game number 1, but just on a different champion. Look at that damage. He's going for a Void Staff next too, so it's not even like building magic resistance from the Negatron Cloak that's going to be in Voltfire's inventory as he completes his Zerat portal. Is really even going to help.
And banner command on Myers, pressuring this bot lane. And that's allowing University of Ottawa to do this Baron uncontested right now. True Shot Barrage is not even up, so can't not try to steal that with a stray Ezreal ult. So this is not looking good. Voltfire's making his way up there, but he's by himself. This might actually be the death of Voltfire and the Baron going over. Myers actually takes that Baron. I want to point that out. That was a miss.
That's why you put that Zillion on your team.
Of course.
I'm not sure why you would drag the blue. Okay, yeah. You
That's
can
fine.
reset that and make it really annoying to finally kill if you pull those shenanigans with Syndra. Fortunately, though, it does manage to take that blue buff away, and the Baron buff, the purple buff. Probably the biggest deal to talk about there.
Death cap complete for Nanozor, so not the Void Staff.
Yeah, I
but
thought he was
still,
going to go for Void Staff.
Well, it's still a lot of power behind him. There's only, what is it? There's an Aegis of the Legion and an Abyssal Scepter on the side of Appalachian State. So, yeah, I actually think that's a better pickup right now because not going to be making too much use of that magic penetration.
Well, I mean, the Aegis and now Locket is the big reason why you want to buy a Void Staff, because everybody is going to be more magic resistant to you, and there are going to be magic resistances being built. Like I said, the Negatron Cloak that was just picked up by Voltfire, and there's even going to be a Zerat Portal built by Mr. Savior too. So you're going double Zerat Portal out there. I don't know, man. Don't try this at home. Actually. There's quite a few people trying this at home because I've definitely played against like 5 Zerat portals. It's no fun. Here comes a big True Shot Barrage. Does clip the carry line in the back.
But that's an ultimate down and a depth charge down. Aurelia getting a little bit too close for comfort, but going to be able to stay alive through it all. Now Voltfire may be caught out. Is he finally going to go down? There's the Glacial Prison, but Wish coming through from Mr. Savior, living up to his name. So nobody falls. Appalachian State, they're doing a great job, but Cerelius now going to fall solo to Nanozors. Can Nanozors make it out? Yeah, it looks like Voltfire not even going to pursue. In fact, get a lot of damage put back onto him. Nanozors going into the face of Crusty Mosquito. This is very, I don't know, crazy positioning coming out from both sides. I don't know which one's better. I would say Nanozors, only because he's picking up kills here. There are 2 turrets going down simultaneously for University of Ottawa.
I'm trying to keep up with all the kills, guys, but there are a million of them going down. By a million, I mean 3. We're in this, and we're watching a stun go down underneath the turret. Everybody diving deep for the 4th kill of this team fight. Only Voltfire left alive, but even that's not going to be for very much longer. He's trying to run away. No Soraka to save you now, and that is going to be Yu taking it down along with the Nexus turrets. And at the end of 30 minutes... University of Ottawa looking to close out this game versus Appalachian State.
They are going to remain undefeated in the playoff brackets and actually the CSL brackets for the entire season. So looking to try to continue that streak all the way into finals. We'll see if we do see them in Texas. It's only a few weeks away, Rapid.
In fact, it is, very nigh upon us.
Nigh upon us, for sure.
We're going to have to get through a few more rounds of the playoffs first, though. So I hope you guys will stick around and watch those playoffs with us. We'll be back here every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. We do hope you guys come back and tune in. If you want to stay up to date with all your Collegiate Star League news, make sure to head on over to cstarleague.com. That's where you can find all the updated information on brackets, teams, rosters, standings, everything you guys want to check out, all over at cstarleague.com. You can see that, of course, right there. And if you have any comments about tonight's cast, let us know over on Twitter as well, at cstarleague, and of course on Facebook at facebook.com/Collegiate Star League. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. And of course, if you have comments for us personally, if you liked or didn't like our casting or have some suggestions, let us know on Twitter. I am at Rapid Casting. Of course, my co-caster is at Fequez, Feque.
You butchered that.
Phequuex, right?
Not happening.
Damn it.
Pheques. I actually put it in the chat there. I'll put it again just for good measure because you never know. Rapid may be watching. Here we go.
Gosh. Yeah, well, a big fan to you guys for watching us here tonight. Thanks for coming out and tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, make sure to hit that follow button right down below the screen. And as always, I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Brain Gear, Asus ROG, and Twitch for helping make tonight's broadcast possible. But like all great things, they must come to an end. And that's going to do it for tonight. So on behalf of myself, Fequez, and all of us here at the C Star League, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a wonderful evening.